Okay, so the last card what we did, I believe, was the Temperance card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So the next card is going to be the Shadow Side, which also could be the Devil card. It's number 15.
Oh, Mike, back out again.
I can hear you.
You can? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we did the devil card. No, we didn't. Oh, I'm totally gone.
I can still see you.
You can still see me? That's weird.
Uh-huh.
That's weird. It's just a blank screen. Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh my
It's all,
goodness.
it's all stuck.
Really? Yeah.
What do I do?
It should get unstuck slowly. Might just be thinking.
Okay, got it.
Cool. Okay, so this is what my Shadow Side or the Devil card looks like, okay? Just so you know.
Yes, looks really cute. I like it.
Let's see what your guys' looks like.
Okay, I found mine.
Here's mine.
Oh, that one looks nice.
You know, I'm getting kind of used to this deck because I've been looking online and trying to find out information. And since it was like you said, it was like one of the original kind of style. And I think I'm really connecting to it.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah,
Yeah.
you come closer to it. Yes. Let's see yours, Angelica, one more time.
Here it is.
Oh.
Wow, that is so her.
I really like that. That's really cool. Yes. So,
It's like stairway up to her.
yes. But if you look at that, okay, so the Shadow Side, also known as the Devil Side, it's when that card comes up, it's saying that you're allowing fear and like panic to take control over your life. They're giving your power away. So if you notice, like you're all in your head. So those stairs that you have, Angelica, going up, you know, it's like it's all mental. It's all mental, you know what I mean? And so that's the kind of thing, like you're allowing it into your mind. You're allowed it into your mind, okay? And because there's two people, usually like a couple or what that may be, it's like you're allowing somebody else to cause you to panic, to cause you fear. And so when you see two people, it's like it's all fear, anger, aggression, jealousy, resentment. They fall all under the devil, the Shadow Side. Those are those low vibration, negative, energetic emotions, you guys. Okay, so it's being able to, like, you got to face it. You got to face your fears. You have to face what's happening, because you're gonna know what's causing you, you know, to be afraid. What are you being what are you avoiding, right?
Driver's license.
There you go. Yeah, it's one of those things, right? You know, we avoid, like, maybe sometimes it's responsibility, you know, or having to avoid a conversation that we know that we need to have with somebody because it's really affecting our daily life, right? It's affecting us at work. It's affecting us, you know, maybe even how we sleep. Maybe we are emotionally eating, or we're numbing, you know. And so when you start thinking of all those, you know, like behaviors that we're doing, it's because we don't want to face something. And when this card comes up, it's time. So it's like you gotta stop allowing people to take your power from you. You gotta stop feeling like intimidated by situations, you know, that may upset you, because when that happens, you just gave your power to somebody, and that's when you need to call back your power, break the chains, and realize that. Okay, so that's what happens when that card comes up upright. When the card becomes, of course, in reverse, that's a positive card. That means that you're not allowing people to convince you You're not allowing people to take to control your power. You're not allowing people to affect you emotionally, and you're not allowing people to take you on a low vibration.
Yeah.
Or also, you're not allowing anybody to take your free will.
Mm.
And that's what the whole symbolism, like, especially like on yours, camp, it's a devil, because you're looking at low vibration energy, dark energy, right? Dark emotions, which is the jealousy, the fear, right? You know, the resentment, the anger, all those are, you know, dark type of emotions. Two people usually means that you're allowing somebody else, the other person, to take control, right? To affect you. So that's where those symbols come in.
I love it.
And sometimes we also call it our shadow side. Okay, it's that dark side, like we're allowing things, you know, our ego to take over.
Yes.
That's not always good. Okay.
No, but it sure is funny how that all come up like that. I think ego is this, that, and the other, and then I'm thinking I'm strong, and all of a sudden I talk to a girl that has the same problem as me, and all of a sudden something happens that's a catastrophe, and then I'm not going to let it have my power. I'm not.
Mhm.
You gotta learn to just let it go,
I
right?
might be walking, but
You know, and that's the thing, like, and that's our ego, right? It's our ego, you know, because we're embarrassed, you know, or, you know, we have regrets, like, why didn't I get this done like a while ago, right? Look where I'm at now. Why do I keep you know, like holding off on it, right? And so it's our ego. It's our ego telling us, like, you should be embarrassed, like, wow, like, you're, you know, you're doing this, or you're at this age, and this happened to you. And that's what it is, instead of just being grateful that we had the opportunity to get a driver's license, right? I had the opportunity to move into a different home. Like, we have to realize sometimes we're in transition, but we get pushed and shoved because it's time to change. It's time to do things differently as well.
Mhm.
And looking at that way, and sometimes, like, it's hard because our ego is like, oh my gosh, like, it feels like everybody's looking at you differently, or maybe looking down on you, but nobody is. You're doing it yourself.
Yeah.
You're doing it yourself, right? It's a self-sabotaging. We do it to ourselves. It's
exactly.
crazy. Okay, the next card, it's the Tower card.
I have it right here.
Let's look
Right
at it.
here.
Oh yeah. Okay. I like it.
Oh, I didn't get to see.
It seems like abstract, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, looks like
But
the Twin Towers.
I know, right? It's like, you see those, the lightning bolts, right? See, look at
Mhm.
mine. This is mine.
Oh.
Say something.
Right here. See? Can you see mine now?
Oh, it just left.
Okay, here
There
you
we
go.
go. Oh, look at yours. Wow. That said a lot.
Oh yeah, that says a lot.
Here's mine.
It's yours.
Here's mine.
Yes, very similar to mine. It's just different type of art, but yes, it is. It's like this. And so Hideka is more modern because it is abstract. Abstract is just a modern way of thinking, right? So you have to kind of really, really think, about this. Okay, so for the Tower, it's, and you'll probably hear this if you watch any kind of readings by, like, tarot readers. We'll say it's a tarot moment, right? We all have a tarot moment when it's a dramatic change of events, a sudden change, something that we don't even like expect, and it shakes us. It literally like shakes us to the core, because we're like, what just happened? Okay, it might be a loss of a job. It might be a relationship, like a breakup. It may be a, you know, ending of a close friendship. It may be emotional pain, you know, with stuff that somebody has caused you. It just completely like takes you off guard. Okay, it's whatever has happened, it's out of your control. So let's just think that you're meant to go on a trip, right? And you're looking forward to this trip, and all of a sudden, like, either that place that you're going to ends up having a huge flood, and now nobody can enter that location. Okay, it's out of your control, but it's devastating because you're looking forward to this and you had expectations, right? And it's gone. That's when that's that tower moment. It's meant to change because it'll shift you onto your path. So let's think that our path is wide, you guys, but let's think that we're not focused on our path. We're focused on material. We're focused on maybe like getting our ego is, ruling us, right? That's when you'll have those tower moments to get you back on your path and to get you directed and to help you become humble. And usually it happens when it's like you're removing an old version of yourself, like some programming. You have to let that old version go, right? So it's a sudden change to the ego. Now, the tower itself, it symbolizes ambition. We all have these ambitions and desires, okay? But that's all ego. And then the crown, usually there's a crown like on top of our tower, like where Kim and I have that crown, that represents our ego. And the rubies are like the rubies themselves, they intensify awareness, like something, like it'll unveil you. It'll completely unveil you and be like, oh shit, I know why this happened, right? It's like, let's think that you're in a toxic relationship for such a long time and you just keep like ignoring it, because like you feel like maybe there's nothing else for you. And then something big happens. That's when you get those tower moments. You've been warned, warned and warned, and you're ignoring those like red flags, right? And something shifts and you're like, wow, that means you waited too long. That's the universe. That's God saying, we're done. We've given you how many, warning signs, and you didn't take them. Same thing, like if you're working at a job, like with me, that's how I knew. I knew, like, okay, when I was like managing the restaurant, it's time for me to go. Like I wasn't happy. I was just there, I was making money, but I wasn't happy. I was getting irritated, and all these different things were happening to me. And I was like, yep, okay, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna give my notice. I'm gonna give my notice. And so finally, like I had a really bad, like it wasn't a bad customer, but it was where I felt very exploited. And I was like, I'm fucking done now. You know what I mean? But like it got to the point where that had to happen, which is my tower moment. It shook me, and I was just like, oh shit, I'm pissed. And so I had to calm myself down so I could talk to the owner and say, you know what? Here's my notice. This is why I'm done. You know what I mean? But that happens to you because they keep poking at you, you guys, when it comes even to your health. When it's time for you to make those changes, you'll keep getting those little hints, those little nudges, and you're still kind of, I can handle this nudge, more and more. And pretty soon it's like, no, you can't. We're done.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what it means. And then the whole, like lightning means like a flash of insight, like the truth will illuminate. That's what it is. When you see lightning bolts, it represents like truth. It represents like it's illuminating. You're becoming aware now. You're seeing the truth of things. So tower moments are not always bad. Yes, you can see them coming. And yes, you have control on that one, whether to listen, right? Or continue to stay there because you're complacent. Another word too, complacent is a really tough one too. Codependency comes to mind too. It's another one too. So when that card comes up for people, look at it as it's hard one. That means something that's completely affected their life. A sudden change occurred in their life, or that's coming up. If it comes up, say, this is coming up for you, something that's going to shake you. So think of something that you're not happy about, or that you keep maybe shoving under a rug, or you keep like deflecting, right? You're deflecting, you don't want to deal with it because you need to start now looking at it, or something's going to shake you up and it's going to force you to face it, right? You'll be forced to face that issue, that relationship, that crucial conversation. But when these tower moments happen, they have to happen. You'll purge, you remove blocks, and you'll have that aha moment. And you're like, God damn, why did I stay in this situation so long? You know what I mean? Like, look at me now. Yes, it was awful. It didn't feel good, but now you feel like a new person. because you finally walked away from it, right? And you're not stressed, and you're not sick, and you're not, a lot of like your own health starts to get better because you finally let that go because you had to. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
Yeah.
When it's in reverse, that means that you're still allowing things to affect you. Like you're not facing them. And it's like a warning. Like, okay, this card comes up and you're being warned, you keep deflecting, you keep, getting distracted. You're not focusing on, putting yourself first. And tarot is about learning to put yourself first. It's about self-love. And if you're not giving yourself that self-love, then these cards come up too. So in the reverse, it means that you're not giving yourself that self-love. You're not putting yourself first. You're adapting to somebody else. You're adapting to the situation. You're adapting to the person.
Boy, that's a cycle that just keeps coming, huh? Like I can see those big ones that you just talked about in my life. I could say that was the tower moment, but then now my tower moments are different, but just as a big deal, so this card makes a lot of sense to
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
Yes, the tower is a very significant card in the tarot deck. Everybody that's on their spiritual journey will say, when they explain their life, they're like, I just had a freaking tower moment. And we know, because we all get them. And not just once, you guys, we'll get them over and over again, just like the death and the rebirth card. Once a tower moment comes, the death and the rebirth comes as well. Okay, you got to go through a tower moment, right, to get to the rebirth, which is your death card. Okay, let's look at the next card, the star card.
Here's mine.
Like it, good. Yeah, very much like mine. Angelica.
I really like this card. I don't know. I just like the colors. Here it is.
Oh yeah. Very pretty, very starry. Look at it's like the sun, like is emerging, right?
Yeah.
That's a really pretty card. No, it's like this is mine. Here.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
So the star card, like I said, it's our art. Our art just starts changing, it starts changing the more people decide to like be artistic and show them. So the star card is a lot about it's destiny, you guys. Like when the star comes up, it's destiny. It's fated. Okay. That's a really big thing. And it's about like you not only but physically healing, spiritually healing. You got to be able to heal to get on your path that's meant for you, to steer on that path. Okay, because sometimes we go through blocks. There's blocks in front of us for us to even get to our purpose, right? To kind of keep going on our path. And when this card comes up, it's like you're purifying yourself. You're actually healing because you want to get to what's destined for you. It's a really good card that comes up. It's like you've got to go through all this because this is destined. So you got to get through this, it could be like a life event, that you've got to get through because what's fated is coming up, what's destined for you is coming up for you. It doesn't mean that the thing's going to follow and you're going to be like in your purpose. No, it means that you're on that stepping stone to your purpose. If that makes sense. You're on your stepping stone to your destiny. That star card comes up. And water is about emotions. We get like the lake and so forth, like the blue, color blue. It's a lot about our emotions. Okay. Blue represents also our throat chakra, to speak, you know, kindly and loving to yourself and have compassion for yourself. A star, you know, represents itself as like, you know, reach for the stars, right? Like it's going to be a challenge, but this is part of your life. This is part of your destiny. When it comes up, it's meant to happen. It is meant to happen. And it's like, follow your dreams. Whatever you wanted to do, you've got to be able to, this is fated, being something that's in your destiny and that's fated, it's meant to happen. And you got to just go for it. Don't let anything stop you. You've got to let go of whatever's holding you back. Okay. And it could be to a relationship. It could be to maybe like a new like location, right? It could also be to a new career or maybe in business. So this card usually comes up with like in a relationship reading or a career reading.
Okay.
Okay. So it's like it's a beautiful card because it says that things are going to work out in your favor. You just gotta have patience. You know, it's all gonna work out for you. And when it's in reverse, it's because you're self-sabotaging. You're not believing in what you're capable of doing, you know? You're not believing in yourself. You have doubt. And sometimes like you'll look at the card comes up, people could be like, nah, that's not for me. There's no way, you know, because they don't believe in themselves. Like, and that's when we come in and says, no, it is in you. Okay. So at times as readers, we also inspire, you know, and while we're explaining, you know, what the cards mean, it's like we're literally going in to their hearts and removing any of that blockages for them as we speak, you know, because when as readers, we have the capability and the ability to really kind of like open up someone's eyes and open up their heart to this and remove some blocks as our words can inspire, our words can change, our words can uplift them. Okay. So they need that encouragement. That makes sense there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Cool. Yes. Okay, let's go look at the moon card.
Here's mine.
Oh, they're all like puppies, puppy wolves.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Okay, look, here's mine.
The artwork on that is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And the right, like, woo, wow.
Here is mine.
Let's see. Oh, yep, and it's got like the actual like mountains in the back too. Look at that. I
Yeah,
like
it's
it. And
got some mountains.
she's like naked, like at night, just looking at everything.
Yeah.
So this happens at night, okay? So this represents the crone and the triple moon goddess. Okay. The crone is somebody, and the moon represents, of course, like the female, but the crone represents someone that's wise, that is skilled, that is intuitive, and is psychic, but also could be leveling up to the next phase of her powers, of her gifts. Okay. It is, you know, she is the wise one. And it represents a lot of Hecate, which is the mother of all witches. Okay. So she is also the goddess of the underworld. She's got the keys. So the keys represent, you know, that she has chosen you and you can travel to the underworld as well. Okay. So it just really depends on what, you know, the images are for you. But when you get the moon, it is psychic gifts. It is knowing that you are wise and skilled enough to move forward, that you're leveling up. Okay. And then like the wolves, my wolves are mature. So the wolves represent pretty much, it's like that wild aspect of ourselves. Now, when they're puppies, it's that playful aspect of ourselves.
Mhm.
Okay. And
Mhm.
you normally always have protection. So I would say you're always protected, you know, when the moon card comes out, you're protected. And when the moon card comes out, it's more likely that person that you're doing a reading for is a witch, is a healer, and they might not be aware of it.
Wow.
That's complete like magic. That's intuition. That's illusion. They have that, you know. And it also, like, for my card, when this card comes up, it also means that you need to like light the way because something is not right. Something's not going right for you. And so it's like being cautious, you know, like being cautious and really looking at every situation. Wolves
Yeah.
only come out if you're being protected. And if they're around you, there's a reason that they're trying to protect you guys. Okay. So looking at things differently, being open to it as well. So it depends on how this moon card is placed in your reading. Okay. If it is the first card, then it would be like, okay, you are in that crone and you are wise and you have skills. You need to use them. You need to use them and your intuition to light the way to your answers, you know, so you can see things clearly, right? There's little room for you to be naive at this point. If you fall into that, you know, deception or self-deception, then there's still though that ego, or there's still some of that triggering, you know what I mean? Or that's still some of that codependency too. You know, when she's like, when you have a torch and you're like walking into darkness, you're cautious, right? You're not gonna be running with that freaking torch. I mean, what if you trip on something? I mean, I know Angelica wouldn't. Hell no. She'd be like,
No, fuck
you
that. No,
know, she's not gonna be running with the torch. Hell no. You're gonna
no,
get,
no.
you're gonna get burned. You're gonna get tripped. You're gonna, you know, like twist your ankle. Like you don't know, right? You know, like looking at the picture itself tells you. Okay, put yourself in that woman's, you know, shoes, right?
Yeah.
And look at that. And like with Angelica, with yours, she's naked. Okay, she's naked and she's looking at the moon. So for the moon, for her, it's like wishful thinking for that card for yours. It's like she's really like looking at and asking for guidance in a situation. She's being vulnerable. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, for the moon card for each of us, it's gonna explain a little differently because I'm based on how that picture is.
What do you think about my picture then?
You see, so for your picture, okay, there's a scorpion. So then
Yeah.
whoever is maybe being deceptive is either a scorpion, okay?
Okay.
You see the actual, like, those towers. That means, like, you have to get through some deception or get through something to be able to walk through it, okay? You know, like, I'm looking at, like, the first thing comes to mind for yours, it's the never-ending story, Kim. Do you remember that? How those two statues, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. What does he have to do? He's got to believe. He's got to, you know, really believe and see through it before he's able to walk through. If not, he'll get zapped, right?
Yeah.
Look at it that way, you know. And at night, you know, with the moon, you've got to be cautious too, because you don't see what's maybe behind the towers hiding, you know. And you have these playful wolves that are like puppies that are barking. If they're barking and yapping, it's like they're trying to warn you. You know, like puppies, like they bark a lot because they hear things, right? If they can't intimidate people based on their like appearance because they're not older, they're going to intimidate by barking. They're going to intimidate,
Right.
right?
Right.
So yeah, so something's coming up, you know, for that person, either way, that they need to be cautious about. Okay. Now, if it
Yeah.
comes in like reverse, that means that things are good, you know, like that you are owning, you know, your wisdom, your skills, you're actually you know, your intuition, your presence, like you're attracting good things into your life. And then for Angelica's, yours, when it's, you know, in reverse for yours, it would be more like you're not being vulnerable. You're not asking for guidance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're pretending, you know, you're just thinking that everything's okay when it's not.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And as I'm saying, a lot of times, like our, you know, like definition of these cards is very much based on the picture, because it can tell a whole story. And also, you know, your own intuition and where it's placed in the card as well.
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay, let's do the Sun card.
Here is mine. Right here.
Oh, I love it.
Oh yeah, peace, serenity. Look at her go. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her hair is just free flowing.
Mhm. Got flowers. It's on point. She's balanced too. Look at that. Very
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. Look
That's
at
what I noticed.
mine here.
Say something.
Okay, it's right here. So the sun, say the boy on the horse, the sunflowers. Very happy.
Oh, that blows my mind.
Mhm. Let's see what Kim. Let's see.
Here's mine.
Yeah, the child one. Yep, the sunflowers, the flag. Yes, little boy's all happy. You know, he's not even like holding on right. Look at him. He's like, woo,
Yeah.
like he's like just carefree, right?
Mhm.
So that card, like for all of us, it represents joy, right? Excitement, happy. It's like when you're on point, like for Angelica's card, you're on point. So things are going well. Things are going really good. Especially if it's your first card, things are going really well right now. Like you're in your power. If it's like your overall card, that means that things are going to get better, but you've got to go through these things first, right? So if it's your final card, it means that that's happening in that situation. If you're doing a reading based on past, present, and future, we'll say, if that card is in your present, you're feeling in your power. You're feeling really good about things, right? The sun shining, happy. You're like, it's summer. It represents summertime too. And then the sunflowers represent fame, success, having like a high self-esteem. And then for us, Kim, like the white horse represents movement forward. We're moving forward.
Oh, yeah.
Progress is coming, you know what I mean? And then like when this card comes up, it's just a really good omen. Good omen things are coming in. Good luck is you're attracting good luck. Let's think it's like if we do a relationship reading and you get this card in that relationship reading, that's a really good card to get. That means that, you know, maybe you're attracting your divine soul union, right? And it's good. It's coming. It'll be, you'll feel it. And that's a really beautiful card. If for career, for traveling, it's always a really good omen, a good card to have. If you're asking a question, should I go on this vacation, or should I you know, plan a road trip, or should I apply for another job? You know, you'll get that. And that card means yes, luck's coming your way. If it's of course like reversed, then you're looking at like you're not looking at life like clearly. You know, you're It could be you're all an ego. You're not humble or grateful for the things that you have. You want more. Things are just not enough. You know, it's like sometimes like you'll see like a little boy that's just sad and grumpy, and it's like, what's wrong? Well, because they wanted more playtime with their friends, or because, you know, they were able to, you know, be part of some kind of field trip. Think of that little boy, that little girl that doesn't get their way, you know, and just moping around because they're not just grateful, you know, that they were at least able to see their friend. They might not have spent the 2 hours they wanted to, but they spent an hour. You know, it's that instant gratification that comes in. Not everything's going to be fast, right? You have to work for it, and you got to be humble about it too. That you be given that opportunity. Okay, let's go for the karma card.
Karma card?
Lip gloss. Yes, karma.
I didn't see that one.
Maybe it's number 20. Let's see what. I think karma could be sometimes a different card. It just depends.
Oh, okay. Judgment? That's a 20.
That's fine. Then yeah, that's what it is. Judgment card would be your karma card.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's karma, but my other decks, I've seen it as being just judgment too. So this is what mine looks like. See?
I like that. This one's mine.
Oh, look at the mirroring, the doors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that long path. I think a lot. That's the mirroring. That's what I get for, with your card.
That looks like yours.
Mm-hmm. So for this one, like the karma card means that either you just cleaned up some karma, your karma cycles. For mine, that's what it represents because there's 3 generations. Okay. So whatever you just did, whatever you went through, that tower moment, that breaking the cycle, that death and rebirth, you just cleaned up your karma. Okay. And that's one karmic cycle. And it's now you clean it up for, you know, your children and your children's children. Like now they get to restart their own. Okay. Same thing as a judgment card. You know, like judgment has been done, right? You had to go through that, you know, card. You had to go through that experience, so you can move forward with something. And for the judgment is a lot of times like you have family or friends that are gonna see you go through that judgment, and you're gonna help them learn from you. Learn from that experience, right? Because when we go through karma, we go through judgment, we don't go through it alone. People see what we're going through, right? They can tell that something is happening in our lives, or that maybe we're isolating ourselves. That's because of that, because we got karma handed to us, and we just cleared it out by dealing with it, right? The judgment has been given to us. And I always look at it this way too. Think of a situation where you're just like, man, I don't think I didn't handle that well, right? You know, maybe you were too short with somebody, maybe, you know, you cut them off, or you just your tone wasn't very nice. For us, that we become more spiritually aligned, we'll get our karma, our judgment, minutes or hours after that situation. And we're like, oh, yep, I know why this just happened to me. And you remember that situation, and you're just like, I deserve it. Okay, give it to me. That will happen. Okay. And that's for us. In a reading, just when they get that card, it's more of a celebration. It's done. No more. Like, you just did good. Good job.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. And it's like it had to happen. You know what I mean? So it's like respecting that karmic cycle that you just went through. you know, understand, not being bitter about it, but knowing that you just changed your family's line, your lineage, right? And because of that, you just went ahead and changed the destiny of their lives as well. It's going to get better now. It's like positive affirmation.
My allergies are acting up. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. I was like that earlier too. I was like, man, it was awful. And it's just having you reflect on your past, right? Karma's like, hey, what did I just go through? And just honor it. You honor our past, right? The judgment that was just handed to us. Now, if it's in reverse, that means that you're really regretful for a situation that has occurred. Yeah, bad judgment, you know. You did something that you're like, it's coming back to me. I know it's gonna bite me in the ass. With Angelica's card, it's a lot of the mirroring. Angelica, like, we attract who we are. For yours, you know, the mirroring, we attract who we are. And when you've cleaned up your karma, your judgment card, then you're now gonna attract better things. You're gonna mirror better things. Next card is the World card. So this is my World card, just so you guys can see.
That is so cool. Wow.
This is the final card, you guys, of all of the major arcana. Okay, so it was really cool. Let's see yours, Kim.
Here's mine.
Oh yes, there's the animals. The wands, all of it. Yep, it all circles. Nice. Yep, did not circle around. I like that. Angelica.
My World card right here.
Oh, I like the colors because it's like serenity, like completion, like a full circle. And
Yeah.
the middle, I think of an atom. So an atom, like,
Yeah,
you now
it
become
does.
an atom, right? So the World card is, if you notice, like with Kim, with ours, it's the Fool is in that World card. The Fool is there. So the Fool is the first card of the major arcana. That means that he, as us, have went through the whole major arcana, have gone through the whole cycle now, right? Have endured different phases of his life to get to the World card. Okay, and that's how it is. It's like a completion. When you get this card, you know, like in a reading, that means that that person has completed a phase of their life.
Yeah.
Okay, they completed a phase of their life. So now they're wiser, right? With those experiences that they've learned, right? They have the tools and the skills now. They added more into their belt. They have more of that, more experiences to share with somebody. They're not, you know, young and naive anymore. They've got that.
Yeah.
And then like the eagle itself represents intelligence, courage, and confidence. You know, and then the lion represents strength, passion, and rebirth. And there's that powerful stag, you know, represents pride, poise, integrity. And now, like, when you complete the phase, you can use it in your daily life. Like, your life is going to get better. It's going to be brighter because you have those skills now. You know, you're going to now like respond instead of react. You're not going to allow, like, you know, somebody's behaviors, you know, to take over your life, right? You're not going to let no one take your power from you anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like you have honestly have gotten like more powers and gifts from completing a phase of your life. It's like an upgrade, right? An upgrade. You've mastered that. And now you have more of a sense of freedom. You're like, wow, like that was a journey.
Yeah.
And you're proud of what you went through. You know, it might not have been fun, but you knew that you had to go through it, right?
Right.
And so now you're whole. You're whole now. Now, when it's in reverse, that means that you still have more to go. You have still more to learn. That your phase of this life, it's not done yet. There's still more to go. And it's not done because you're not learning from your lessons. You're not, you know, realizing you're like digging your heels in. You're trying to control situations. And you gotta just learn to let go.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Makes sense there.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So I'm gonna stop with that one because we're done with the major arcanas. And then next week we're gonna start on the wands. Okay. And we're gonna go through the wands and then we'll go through each suit. So that gets a little more specific, okay? With the wands, because we'll know more about them.
Yeah.
You know, and how they'll affect us and so forth. And so it'll be cool. It'll be fun and exciting. Any questions for me, you guys, regarding what we went through?
I don't.
Okay, I would suggest that each of you just kind of start practicing your readings, right? Kim, like I said, if you're not doing anything on Saturday, we'll love to have you here, Rupert, if you know, to kind of practice on some people. That'd be awesome.
Okay, tell me the date again.
This Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. Let me see what it is. It is the 18th.
You know what? I'm gonna go on vacation right after that, so I'll have to wait till the next one, but I would like to try and come.
Yeah.
Maybe I can drive.
Yes, I like that. And like I said, I'm planning, hopefully this one, like I said, goes well, and then I can do it like once a month, right? And that way, like, we have more exposure and then practice. Because that's a good thing, is that we need people to know there's other people out there that can do readings as well. You know, it just it's like we can't be hidden anymore. We have to show ourselves, you know. Okay. Awesome. Okay, you guys, then class is a wrap, and you guys have a great night and take care. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
We love you.
Love you too. See
Bye.
ya.